Good morning, everybody. It is about 25 degree December morning here on the Songbird Farmstead. I'm going to do a short video this morning on how we heat the greenhouse and cool it, but of course it's winter, so how we heat the greenhouse will be the main focus this morning. So let's head on into the greenhouse. Inside the greenhouse right now, it is 49 degrees. I heat the greenhouse with this little 1500 watt heater. It's made by Holmes. I have looked, they still make heaters. It's not exactly like this one, it's an older model, but it heats pretty well. It has two settings, 750 watts and 1500 watts. It's on 1500 watts. The 750 seems to be enough on warmer fall nights when it gets down into like the upper 30s, 40. 1500 is needed for below that. My greenhouse is about 8 by 12 feet. I use this Inkbird system to run it. I'll put a link to this where I got it. Basically, I set the temperature. When it gets down to 48, the heater clicks on. When it gets up to 52, the heater clicks off. And no matter how low it goes at night, that seems to keep it warm enough in here. And then the heater doesn't run consistently all night. And of course, during the day, unless it's a very cool, cloudy day that's down in the 30s, it doesn't really run during the day. It heats up pretty well in here into the 70s and 80s. As you can see, the greenhouse is lined with bubble wrap insulation. Just helps it a little bit, keep it a little bit more insulated and cool. And everything I have growing in here is doing very well. The only thing that I would say is struggling is the tomatoes. They are growing, but they take a long time to ripen. I don't know if they will ripen. I have a couple smaller tomato plants growing here. They came from seed, started growing in November, so they are growing well. But we'll see how everything else does. And I also, like, this all runs off of an electrical system that comes down from the shed. You can see I have a fan. The fan in the spring and fall does run off of the solar system that we have set up. It switches over from electrical to solar, and I'll show you that. If you look up there, there's the solar panels that I have for that. It's 500 watts of solar panels. The goal is to eventually add it to get up to about 1500 watts, and then we would be able to hopefully run the heater off of the solar system as well. Right now it's not strong enough. It'll run off of it because the converter's strong enough, but it doesn't hold enough juice to last through the night. So I do use the solar to run the fan in the spring and the fall. Sometimes the summer, I don't grow a lot in there in the summer because even with the fan it still gets up a little bit too hot. It all runs off in here of, there's the converter. It's 2200 watts, so it'll run the heater. I have three 12-volt batteries here, all tied together. So when I run the fan or lights in there, there's no issue. It runs off the solar. The heating system runs off right here. We can switch it over to solar power, or normal power is right off the electrical grid, and that runs the heater.